Hello friends, so let's study the next part of Unit 5, that is Transform Superstep. So let's go to data mining. What is data mining? Data mining is the process by which the data processing is done to pinpoint pattern to establish relationship between data entities. Here a small number of critical data mining theories we need to understand about data pattern to be successful with the data mining. So how the data mining patterns can be understood. So association pattern. This involves detecting pattern in which one occasion is associated with another. If, for example, a loading bay door is open, it is fair to assume that the truck is loading goods. Pattern association is simply discover the correlation of occasion in the data. You will use some core statistical skills for this kind of processing. Correlation is only the relationship or indication of behavior between two data sets. The relationship is not cause-driven action. For example, if you discover a relationship between hot weather and ice cream sales, it does not mean that high ice cream sale is the cause for the hot weather or vice versa. It is just an observation relationship. Now, classification pattern. This technique discover new pattern in the data to enhance the quality of the complete data set. Data classification is the process of consolidating data into categories for its most effective and efficient use of data processing. For example, if the data is related to the shipping department, you must then augment a label on the data that states that fact. Clustering pattern. Clustering is the discovery and labeling of groups of specifics not previously known. An example of clustering is if when your customer buy bread and milk together on Monday night, you group or cluster these customers as start of the week small size shopper by simply looking at their typical basic shipping basket. Now, connectivity based clustering, you can discover the interaction between data items by studying the connection between them. This process sometimes we say it's also called as hierarchical clustering. Centroid-based clustering or k-means clustering. Centroid-based discover the cluster as a relationship between data entries and a virtual center point in the data set. K-mean clustering is the most popular centroid-based clustering algorithm. Distribution-based clustering. This type of clustering model relate data set with statistics onto the distribution model. The most widespread density-based clustering technique is the DB scan. Density-based clustering. In density-based clustering, an area of higher density is separated from the remainder of the data set. Data entries in sparse areas are placed in separate clusters. These clusters are considered to be noise, outliers, or border data entries. So density-based cluster will remove the outliers. Grid-based method, grid-based approach are common for mining large multidimensional space clusters having denser regions than their surroundings. The grid-based clustering approach differ from the conventional clustering algorithm in that it does not use the data point but a value space that surrounds the data points. Bayesian classification, Navy-based classifiers are a group of probabilistic classifiers established by applying Bayes' theorem with strong independence assumptions between the features of the dataset. There is one more specific Bayesian classification you must take note of, and it is called the tree-augmented Navy-Bayes sequence or path analysis. This identifies pattern in which one event leads to another, later resulting in insights into the business. Path analysis is a chain of consecutive events that a given business entity perform during a set of period to understand behavior in order to gain actionable insights into the data. Forecasting. This technique is used to discover pattern in the data that result in practical prediction about a future result as indicated by the predictive analysis of future probabilities and trends. Pattern recognition identifies regularities and irregularities in the dataset. The most common application of this is the text analysis to find complex patterns in the data. Machine learning, the business world is bursting with activities and philosophies about machine learning and its application to various business environments. Machine learning is the capability of system to learn without explicit software development. It evolved from the study of pattern recognition and computational learning theory. So supervised learning we will study in the next video. Thank you.